as I sit here, the first word that comes to mind is cold. But earlier, when we were sitting inside, it's been another great opportunity to hear the stories from the people who have experienced homelessness, that have been the real beneficiaries of the work that Vinnies does. So, having been involved in the CEO Sleepout from its inception, it's really nice to see 14 years later that it's those conversations that are still having an impact. It's obviously sad to know that homelessness is still an issue, but even as we get business and community and political leaders together to try and eradicate homelessness, the reality is there's still people going through tough times, and organisations like Vinnies are there to help them. So it's a big question, in almost every business leader's role. There's these external factors that are impacting on our businesses, on our organisations. And one of those big things is population growth around the world. You can't ignore it. And we see, growing middle classes in third world countries, yet we still see, some of the worst poverty in wealthy countries. So I guess, we all need to strive towards an economic and a political system that rewards free enterprise and rewards hard work, but also at the same time makes sure that those that are most in need are well cared for as well. So I think we need to continue those conversations and not give up until a solution that's fair for all is found. Well, I think the role of the CEO Sleepout, it's the sort of event that has struck a chord with people. It continues to attract over 1,000 CEOs around the country for a reason, that some CEOs want to make a difference, so they're attracted to the event, and they are able to feel that they're making a contribution. They're learning from the stories that they're hearing. I think it has an ongoing place. It would be wonderful, though, if we could have another step change, and instead of raising $7 million a year, that we raised $70 million and really address those housing issues for homelessness. So that may take another bit of innovation that I haven't quite worked out yet, but it might be someone else who helps us with that next step. Yeah, I think I did touch on it earlier that, I think ideally it's about that step change. We've certainly got a lot of CEOs engaged. I'd really like to, appeal to the CEOs of the biggest organisations in the country to get involved. We've had many involved over the years, but I think it's time to just refocus on that. So people like Andrew Twiggy Forrest, the wealthiest man in the country at the time, have slept out. Australians of the Year have slept out. Former and future Prime Ministers have slept out. The Governor-General has slept out. There's no doubt this is a serious event when you look at that roll call of who's been involved. Let's appeal to some of those other leaders who haven't done it yet to get involved and really reflect on what can we do in this space to make Australia a better place, and continue that international inspiration, because it truly is already a global movement of CEOs who care about the world, and who knows where that can end up. An international network of business and community leaders who care about others. That's a good starting point for a better world.